Well, this is a different kind of video. This is one of my newest paintings. So I wanted to just kind of show how I'm veering into different directions with art, depending on what I'm thinking about and the things that I'm studying. This is some of my other art, which is more anatomical, but all the pieces put together are titled The Anatomy of Crucifixion. And it's my depiction of what Christ endured, and what he probably looked like after the crucifixion. And then, of course, I have other things like brain scans and hurts and things like that. But this one, I thought I would give a little explanation because this is kind of how I feel what is going on in the world, the dichotomy of different thought processes. So, even with my anatomical paintings, I look at the skeleton as the foundation of the human physical body. So when I use the skeleton, I don't look at it as a morbid thing. I look at it as a foundation, which is why the other piece that I have is about Jesus, because he is the foundation spiritually. So this here, obviously, if you do any type of deep dives on anything, the black and white checkerboard is a Freemasonry symbol. And you will see here with the snake, the serpent, and you'll see it is in rainbow. That's actually not rainbow. This is actually what is depicted as the Kundalini spirit with spiritual awakening colors. The whole thing with Kundalini is it is thought to be a serpent at the base of the spine, and as you spiritually awaken, you end up getting to opening the third eye. Now, this is a cheap knockoff of God, and God giving you spiritual gifts, and God opening your mind to understanding his will. But in today's society, most people will go towards Kundalini and third eye and great awakening. And then pride usually comes with that because people think they're better than others once they open the third eye, and they're so much more majestic than other people. So they have a false sense of fluid that is their foundation. Now you will see here, since the skeleton represents Christ to me, in my artwork, you can see that the head of the serpent is being smashed and the true awakening is in Christ. Now you can also see the flesh being opened here because God became flesh in order to be our foundation and to understand God's will for our life. Now down here you will also see there is flesh being torn from the serpent, which is represented to be the Kundalini, which also means that this represents lukewarm Christianity, because some people believe that they have a foundation, but they don't have the full foundation. They are still part of the flesh system, and they want to hold on to the flesh while spiritually awakening in a false manner to try to achieve what Jesus already signed, sealed, and delivered for us. So I thought that was just a little explanation. When I'm reading or I'm working on the computer or I'm doing things around the house, I haven't put this one away. I don't know. I think when I have different thoughts and I put it down in art, sometimes I have to absorb it a little bit before I can put it away and start on a new piece. This one, of course, is a depiction of a brain scan. I'm not nearly finished with it yet, but that one will also be quite interesting. I don't mean to get so deep with these things, but it's the only way for me to process all the things that I see going on in the world and the different ways that humans are trying to achieve a level of spirituality and understanding. And I don't know why so many people are just terrified to give their life to Christ. just like me, back in the day, I tried a bunch of different things, trying to understand myself, understand other people, why things happen the way they happen. And I know I stayed away from Christianity, A, because I didn't like how Christians acted. And B, I knew that you can't just try Jesus. You have to, it's all or nothing. And I stayed away from that because I wanted an alternative, because I already knew that it was going to be a big change when you accept Jesus. I knew what I researched and saw in the Bible when I read it. Even before I was a Christian, I knew that once you fully surrender yourself, a lot of changes happen. And I wasn't ready at the time to get rid of my flesh nature. There came a point where I was, and it was the best thing ever. But I still have these thoughts because I still pray for the world. I see a lot of confusion and a lot of false thinking out there that's giving people false security. And that's exactly what the devil wants. He wants to give people of the flesh a false security, make them think that we know more than we actually do, and present a level of spirituality in which we can wrap our heads around. And like I've told friends before, when people have asked me why did I choose to go to Jesus, and why am I such a big fat Christian right now and forever more, and I said it's the fact that I can't wrap my head around everything, and I don't want to worship a God that isn't worth worshiping. If the level of God was so easily comprehended by a human, then it wouldn't make him much more powerful than us, right? So that is actually one of the selling points. I know a lot of people want to argue Christianity and say, and play the apologetics game and try to poke holes through the gospel, and they can do that all they want. But from a simple point of view, a childlike point of view, how do you worship somebody or something that is equal to you or something that you can't control? That does not make the deity worshipable. Only someone or something much higher and so intelligent that it's almost inconceivable, and so loving that it seems like not possible. Only someone that had those attributes in my thinking and in my heart and in my spirit and my soul and in my will, only a person that has those types of attributes that are so inconceivable to me are worthy of actual worship. So I just wanted to put that out there. A little bit of a different video, but that's it. Bye-bye.